Thanks very much. Question for Stephen to do with the gasworks. I was interested that on your maps, the railway sidings came in on the north and didn't turn into the gasworks. They ran along and then they had the turntable. Does that suggest that the gasworks were added as an afterthought to the railway sidings, or do you think it was always intended to have the turntable there?
Well, the turntables would have intentionally been there to help bring it in from there. I don't think it was...
It just seems a very inefficient way of moving railway wagons to me.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not too sure how to answer that. I need to look into it further, to be completely honest. But it was probably just the situation at the time. That was the best place to locate it, because it was vacant land, and the railway was coming in as they started to reclaim Tower Street. So reclaim what is now Tower Street. So basically, it was just the only way they could do it at the time with any form of ease.
Okay, thank you.
It's inefficient in itself, but why make things easy?
Hello, thank you for the interesting talks. Question about the gasworks again. Old gasworks are notoriously polluted places. Did you have to take any health precautions to avoid contamination?
So, yes, some of my colleagues will attest that I made them wear white IVEC suits to look like they were on a forensic squad. But no, it was actually not too bad. There are traces of blue billy, which is the main dangerous quantity of gasworks, but it seems like a lot of it had been cleared out because there was such rapid progression as shown, so there wasn't as much hazardous stuff there as it could have been. But the team we were working with, Serious Remediation, were there, and they were remediating the ground with a really cool technique of bonding the soils with cement to essentially make any contamination in air, and they worked quite closely with us in terms of whether there was any danger there. But it was less than you'd expect. To be honest, in the glassworks we found more, and I think it was stuff that was dumped from the gasworks next door. There was genuinely big areas of like lovely cobalt blue colouring and whatnot. It looks like lovely sweetie kind of colour, but just to avoid and move away from as quickly as you can.
I was just going to say, I was very disappointed when you didn't mention the fact that Dalton Scrap Yard next door, we got a very interesting typology of used car springs and metalware.
I would never want to cast aspersions on the fine.
I'm just really commenting on that.
There was a lot of scrap material that was based around everything. I'm not ascribing it to anyone.
No, I'm talking about the ground as well.
Yeah.
By environmental health. Anyway, sorry, you've just got there. We'll come.
Hi, question about glass for Andrew. Anyone who's ever dug a hole in Leith knows that you just find glass waste everywhere, particularly from the 18th century context onwards. Did you come across any history about them dumping it anywhere in any particular place, or possibly even selling it as infill material and stuff like that?
I do know that a lot of the glass waste, the glass slags, were sold off and used as sort of a bedding material for roadways and things like that. It would have just generated so much that they would have been overwhelmed with it. So basically hiding it anywhere that you can. A lot of the stuff that we got from site was from demolition and overburden deposits. It was just everywhere. So I mean, even in the full swing of these glassworks, there must have just been slag at every little bit and corner of the site. But we did find some, relating directly to the furnaces and the flues and things like that in situ deposits. But it was, basically just everywhere. And they would have been selling it off as well.
Yeah, it's every site I've worked on in Leith.
Yeah.
Glass waste. Everywhere.
Thank you. My question's about Preston Grange. You had lots and lots of different things in your place that people would come to after a long shift down a mine. And the one thing I didn't see marked anywhere, and maybe I missed it, toilets. Surely they must have been desperate.
Yeah, so on the, it was tricky because I was trying to fit it into 10 minutes. So in my actual report that I've written that will be available for people to read online, there were toilets, so I want a plan that I can point to. So where you Where the Time Office was marked on that plan, there are actually toilet cubicles, and I think they're original toilet cubicles, but maybe they just weren't of interest, so they weren't marked on the plan, and the Time Office was a much smaller area. But to be honest, there weren't really very many of them. Do you know, there was about, I don't know, maybe half a dozen, something like that. So whether there were, there were more toilets elsewhere on site in areas that had been stripped out. But yeah, that was the only evidence of toilets that I'd come across. Unless that bit where you came in that was marked as boot cleaning, there was a tiled area and then there was a base for a trough. Whether that was urinals on that bit when they came in is another possibility. But yes, it's a good point.
I can maybe add a wee bit to that, if this one's working. There were toilets at the mine head, which is somewhere else on site, and we think there was probably more sanitary facilities that was put in the report, because when they dug the road in front of it, we got a lot of channels going in there, which would have been more than we needed for what's there. So I think Jenny's right that some may have been stripped out, or they were just had really strong bladders.
Okay, thank you very much. Enjoyed all the talks very much all day. On glass, we've got a house in Granton Road, and the wall, which is 1850 onwards, is covered with cemented in broken glass, presumably from these glassworks, to stop people climbing over the wall. The other thing I was going to say, I think the manager's house of the gasworks on the corner there is still there. Are there any plans to keep that rather than demolish it like the rest has been demolished?
Yes, yeah. Everything that's on site now is being retained. So, like everything, we've recorded everything that was being demolished, and I've monitored it being demolished. But everything that's on site now is being retained and reworked into the new buildings.
Excellent.
Great to see the regeneration at Preston Grange, because it really is a brilliant site. Could I just get you to clarify what is actually open at the moment, but also what about the roof? Because there was some massive steel RS joints, up there, whatever. It seemed like a really enormous, heavy roof in order just to have showers in there.
Yep, that was just the way at construction, as Jenny was mentioning. The roof, it was done to plan, so they were all the same. I mean, part of the problem is this is one of the only ones that's left in its entirety, but it's absolutely massive. We've just had the roof replaced, and it's over-engineered, put it that way. It's really over-engineered. What's open at the moment? Nothing, because they're fixing the bathhouse, so it's a building site. What will be open, I presume it will be about Easter by the time they can get back in, just start of the kind of season. It'll be where the visitor centre was. I think by that point they're hoping to have part of the bathhouse ready that you can go into, where it was the medical room. So we're waiting to see the timetable for that. Hopefully the engine shed will be open. You can get up into that, and it'll be the beam engine and the powerhouse will be open as per usual for tours and appointments and things like that. And that's in the visitor centre. The cafe will definitely be open. We did a public consultation, and you'll be unsurprised to know that 98% of people wanted the cafe to have more chocolate biscuits, bigger range. No, they're gone. It's gone.